I used to love horror growing up. Me and my cousins would sit together at night, scare each other, then laugh about it. The fear was always temporary. Over time, I started believing these were just stories. Then one day, because of my father's job transfer, we had to leave our old home and move to a new one. The house was big. Beautiful. Normal on the surface. But strange, the moment we stepped inside, all of us felt an odd suffocation. No logical reason. But the heart would feel heavy. Like the house wasn't empty, but there was no sound either. The first night, we couldn't sleep there at all. We all went back to our old house for the night. Next day we returned, set things up, and told ourselves it was probably just the newness of the place. For about a month, nothing happened. Slowly, we settled in. But 2 months in, everything changed. We were all at school one day. My father was on duty. My mother was home alone. Afternoon. She was cooking in the kitchen when the entire house went dark. Power cut. Normal, except this time, even the solar backup died. The entire house plunged into darkness. Our home gets very little natural light during the day. My mother turned on her phone torch and thought she'd take a bath before the power returned. She went into the bathroom. A few minutes later, a loud knock at the door. Once. Then again, harder. She thought one of us had come home early. But then she remembered, there's no one in the house. The knocking didn't stop. She said it felt like something was standing just outside, waiting for her to open it. She didn't move. Stayed silent. Until it stopped. When we came home that evening, she told us everything. We dismissed it as anxiety. We had no idea, it was only the beginning. A few days later, my brother and I were asleep in the upper room. Our window opened directly onto the rooftop. That night, suddenly, the glass window began shaking violently. Like someone knocking in a panic. Or in rage. We laughed at first, thought our parents were trying to scare us. We crept toward the rooftop door. It was bolted from the inside. And then, the door itself started shaking. Hard. Like something outside was pushing it with full force. Our heartbeats were audible. We looked at each other, said nothing, and bolted into our room, pulled the covers up, and started reciting Ayatul Kursi. We don't remember when we fell asleep. In the morning, when we told our mother, her face changed. Because now it wasn't just her anxiety. Days passed. Days were normal. But at night, the house's silence was different. A strange weight in every room. Like something invisible, but never letting you forget it was there. Then came the night that truly terrified me. We'd come home from a wedding. Everyone tired, asleep quickly. But I couldn't sleep. I sat downstairs watching a film on my laptop. The house was completely still. The kind of silence where you can hear the clock ticking, a distant car, a dog barking far away. Then, sounds from the inner bedroom. Like someone sitting on the bed. Then getting up. Then sitting again. I ignored it at first. But again. This time continuous. I closed the laptop and looked toward the room. Faint light inside. The sounds kept coming. Slowly, I walked to the doorway and looked inside. At first, nothing. Then, as my eyes adjusted, I could make out the shape of something sitting on my bed. It wasn't a clear figure. But it was a human silhouette. White. Still. Hunched. I stood there for a few seconds. My brain refused to accept this was real. Then, it moved. Slowly. Like someone getting up. And in that same moment, I felt it turning toward me. My throat went dry. My breathing got heavy. My body went numb. It rose from the bed and began moving toward me. With every step, the room's silence grew deeper. As if sound itself had ended. Only my heartbeat remained. In that moment, Ayatul Kursi came to mind. I began reciting. My voice was trembling at first. But I kept going. The moment I started, it stopped. Then slowly turned and walked toward the bathroom. The bathroom door opened on its own. It went inside. Paused. Looked back at me, as if annoyed. Then the door slammed shut. That sound is still locked in my memory. After that, I ran upstairs and got into my mother's bed. She took one look at me and understood. When I told her everything, she went silent. Then quietly started crying. That night, none of us slept properly. Next morning, while showering, the bathroom door opened. A face identical to my little brother's walked in. I screamed and ran out. I thought it was him playing a prank, but when I checked, the door was locked from the inside. And my brother had been asleep in his room for 4 hours. Our family called in a spiritual healer. He walked through the house, sat quietly, then spoke softly to my father. He said, "There is a woman and her child here. They are not here to cause harm, only to make their presence known." His advice: continue praying and things will be fine. For a while, things did calm down. Then, my youngest brother began waking in the night. Walking toward doors, toward stairs. In dreams, he said, a woman called to him. Told him to come up to the roof. His fear was real, not imagined. He woke one night in tears. The woman had come again. This time she said, next time, she would take him with her. Not long after, a regular afternoon. My little brother was playing outside on the street. He ran toward the road's turn. What happened after, I don't want to describe in detail. That moment is still too heavy for our family. But after that day, our house was never the same. The laughter stopped. My mother went quiet. My father became serious. And strange as it sounds, even after that loss, the presence in the house didn't go. Footsteps at night. The feeling of someone in the next room. We learned to live with it. But peace never returned. We still live in that house. And sometimes, even now, it feels like something is watching.